We're here with Carter Meyer from Fort Wayne, Carroll, kind of leading the charge today for the team. Carter, let's start with the team first. You guys came out, made a strong statement here today on the boys' side. We touched on it in the group interview earlier, but I want to go into more detail. How impressed were you kind of being the unspoken leader, if you will, of this team? How impressed were you today with the team's performance?
I was very impressed. Even during the race, I could hear my coaches yelling for me and then yelling again for the guys right behind me. So I knew they were close the entire time. Really kept me going too. Wanted to be able to lead them to it. Turned it to 4K, saw that they were all right there, and just wanted me to go even harder and make a really big statement here today.
What was Coach's message through the week for you, both individually and the team?
Really, the message is like big meet. A lot of good teams were here today. We wanted to come out here and make a statement. I think we did. He's always told me that he doesn't think I get as much respect as I need, so he always tells me to bring that chip on my shoulder, and I always do.
Yeah, that's perfect. Let's dive. That's actually perfect. You're kind of leading me in. So you were fourth. You've now had, 27th last year at the state meet. So you're a returning guy. You're one of the top guys, but you hit on it. And I was going to ask you if you think you're a little under the radar on the state scene overall, right? I mean, in terms of coverage. You touched on it, so you answered it, but I want to go on that a little bit. Does that put a chip on your shoulder a little bit to prove yourself, and how does that motivate you?
I mean, at the beginning of the season, I was like 21st or whatever in the preseason rankings, and I made sure to print those out. I have them on my wall, I have them in my locker, and I look at them every day, and I think to myself that I can do a lot more than they think I can. I mean, I'm starting to get a little bit more respect now that we've gotten a few races in, but I still always have that chip on my shoulder because if I mess up one day, they're just going to take me down and say it was just a fluke. He's running good a couple of days, so I got to make sure I'm bringing my best every day. So
you're fourth today, right, in this race. There's some strong guys up front. Happy with that performance? About what you expected? Elaborate a bit.
I'm pretty happy with it. It's been a hard week, of course, and we're still putting a lot of work in, going really strong. So I mean, it's not like I didn't feel the greatest, but I felt good enough. So I'm happy with the performance. I felt like I ran a strong race and had a great plan coming in, and I think I executed it perfectly.
So training-wise, you're a senior. You probably understand a bit more about training than maybe you did last year, and especially your sophomore year.
Yeah.
If you had to describe, for people at home, you are one of the top runners in the state, so they're wondering what Carter does in terms of training. Where are you guys at right now in terms of a phase? What are you guys at in terms of training? You guys still, you're training through, but give more detail on that.
We just, we try to rank it up as much as we can, and still, making sure we're doing everything so we peak at the right time. Normally our normal week is Sunday long day, K's or interval type thing on Tuesday, and then normally a 5-mile tempo on Thursday. So, we don't really, we go hard basically every week. And, yeah.
That's perfect. So for you, being an elite runner in the state, what's the rest of this weekend look like for you? What do you do in terms of preparation to get your body ready for the next week? What will you do today before you leave this meet? What will you do on the bus? What will you do tonight? What do you do tomorrow for training and recovery?
I just make sure that I got to make sure I do a lot. Lots of hydration, making sure you recover. Get some protein in you to rebuild what you lost during the race. Bus ride home, we like to just, keep it loose, make sure everybody is feeling good. But we like to make sure we're still focused on everything. Tonight is the most important night, I believe, for sleep. It's one of the only nights of the week that I can get a lot of sleep and really recover from a hard week. And then Sunday, we go early, a long day, so we can get it over with, enjoy the rest of our weekend, and then get ready to go back again on Monday.
Perfect. You being a senior, has anything changed from a year ago for you? Are you doing any more little things that you weren't doing before in seasons past?
I think I am. I'm putting a lot of focus on everything I do. A night, I might only get 6 hours of sleep. I got to make sure I get it back the next night. Every little thing helps and matters. So, if we're not doing it, we're losing something we have. So we got to keep make sure that we're doing everything we can.
Being a leader on this team, really, really strong performance today. Impressive. Everyone's going to notice. How do you rein that in and keep the team engaged for the rest of the year with the end goal being what it is?
We make sure, we celebrate the day a little bit, but we make sure these guys know in the back of their mind that we have a lot more to go and we have more important goals. It's fun to win the FlashRock Invite, but it'll be a lot more fun to do well at the state meet.
Perfect. Thanks, Carter. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you.